Are we not living for that? Girl, we are snatched and chiseled to the gourds. Why that pun? Welcome back to Way of Yao. I hope you guys are living for the face beat. You know what, I was looking at some of my previous videos and I decided that I really just jumped into deep end, like slaying you guys with cut creases and all these smoky eyes and shit. So I thought to myself, you know what, let's take it back to, you know, almost the basics. This is what I would do on a daily basis. This is just something, you know, without any eyeshadow or anything too extravagant. I mean, the highlight be popping though, but this is just a very more natural face. This is literally what I would wear every day on a day that I'm wearing makeup. Simply because I still think it's quite striking. Still gives you a little bit of that, this is my favorite hairstyle. I've also got some hair videos out if you guys want to have a look at that. Make sure to follow me on my social medias. It be popping. And that will all be in the description box, and don't forget to leave any comments you want. Also make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to join the family. And yeah, let's get cracking, let's get popping, let's get snapping, let's get hopping. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial. So I would usually start off a makeup tutorial with my eyeshadows. However, for my everyday makeup look, I use no eyeshadows. So I'm going to get straight into the face. I'm going to be using the Nivea Daily Essentials Rich Moisturizing Cream. It's quite thick, which I really love because my skin is quite dry. So I'm just going to work that into the skin. My skin is feeling cute. Now for my foundation, I like to mix the Loreal True Match Espresso 10C10R with some of the Pro Foundation Mixer from NYX. It's just a really dark liquid and it's really good for making any foundation darker if it's a little bit too light for you. So I just take about 1.5 pumps of this on the back of my hand. 1 pump. This one's also quite red, so the foundation mixer really does help to make it look a little bit cooler because I feel as though I've got a little bit more of a cool undertone. I'm perfect. That's what we have. Oh, we're sliding. Girl, she's sliding. She's ready. She's trying to get all up in those DMs. And I just take any small brush and then I just mix it together. In case you haven't guessed it already, I'm going to use the Morphe M439 buffing brush to, you know, buff out my foundation. Melanin is officially popping. Yeah, I just don't like doing eyeshadow on a daily basis because it's like, who has time for that? Certainly not me. If I still want to slay these hoes, I don't think I need eyeshadow to do that. I mean, eyeshadow looks cute and all, but for every day, no. My melanin is officially snatched and slayed. Yes, queen. Now I'm gonna take the excess from the back of my hand and, you know, really take that down my neck, because the last thing you want to be is a two-tone bitch. A two-tone bitch is when your face and neck are two completely different colours, and yeah, that's not what we're going for today, honey. So next I'm gonna go ahead and conceal and highlight. For that I'm gonna use the dark cocoa from LA Girl. I always go along the moustache area as well. Those little hairs need some love and attention. An upside down triangle on my chin. That's just gonna help to make it appear slimmer. Even though I'm like really skinny anyway. I probably don't need to look any slimmer than I do. Now I know everybody loves using beauty blenders, and I mean, I'm all for beauty blenders, but if you can find something for cheaper that does the same thing, then why not? So I've got this one. This one is from KIKO. It's just like a beauty sponge. I'm just gonna use that to blend out my concealer. I mean, girl, I've tried some pretty bad sponges. Like some that literally feel like bricks, like you're slapping a brick against your face. And it's just not cute. But this one is really soft and it blends everything up perfectly. So I'll go in with my chin first. By the way, guys, I must point out that my sponge is damp and I drag that all the way up there, up to my hairline, because my hairline likes to get a little bit of highlight as well. It lives for the highlight. Every part of me lives for the highlight. Now, if you are really dark skinned, you would know how difficult it is to find a color to actually contour with. However, I have been on the search, I have been on the voyage, and I found quite a few different lipsticks that you can actually use to contour with. I know it sounds crazy, it sounds mad, but you do what you gotta do, hunty. So, this is 543 plain God, I can't even speak today. This is 543 plain chocolate from Sleek. I actually bought this for my lips, and then one day I was like, you know what, let me try contouring with it, and it kind of snatched the fuck out of my life. Just a couple of strokes. And then under my cheekbone, just in the hollow. I'm gonna take the G8 Morphe brush. This is actually a blush brush, but I'm gonna use it for my contour. I blend out the forehead area first. This contour is a little bit red undertoned, but that's not a bad thing. I'm gonna almost do like circular motions, but I'm gonna be pushing it up. So what I've been doing recently is going underneath my contoured area with my dark cocoa concealer, and that's just going to help to clean it up. So I literally take a line and I take tiny little lines down there. Then I blend out that concealer with the same sponge. So after I blended that out, I'm going to go back in with the contouring brush and just blend the contour and this lighter colour down here together. Then I go straight away and set under my contour area with some of my Ebony translucent powder and this little sponge here. Are we not living for that? Girl, we are snatched and chiseled to the gourds. Next, to add some more brightness, I'm gonna be using the eraser eye from Maybelline. This is in the colour Nude. Yeah, I think that's enough. Now to set my highlighted areas, I'm going to use Sienna from Nye. I actually used to use Topaz, but I felt it was a little bit too yellow, but now I feel this one is a little bit too reddish. So I'm going to use a sponge just to place that onto my face. Then I'm going to use this kabuki type brush from Sleek. Now I'm going to use some more of that cocoa powder just around the edges of my forehead and also to set my contour area, because as you can see it still has a lot of shine to it. It's still very glossy, so we just want to mattify that. That's just going to mattify it and really suck out any moisture that was in it. Now I'm going to dust off all of my excess powder. Now if you just want a really natural look, this could be it. I mean, put a little bit of setting spray and you're good to go. But I want to do a little bit more because this is my everyday look, and for my everyday look I don't stop here. Now to really chisel those cheeks, I'm going to use Shadowey Lady from MAC and my MAC 133 brush to apply it. I know this brush is looking kind of dusty and crusty and looking used up, but I did not have time to clean it. I do usually clean my brushes often though, but I just didn't get around to doing it for this video. So I'm going to dust a little bit of that in. Now for my cheekbones, I take a bit of the powder on one side of the brush, on the other side of the brush, and in the center. Okay. I can live with that. Perfect. Now that we are contoured to the gods and goddesses, we can move on to the eyes and the lips. Now for my eyes, I like to take Black Bean from NYX. It's just a nice jumbo black pencil, and I'm gonna line my waterline with it. Yeah, I just had to finish it off camera simply because it's just a bit too difficult to do on camera. So that is it with just the black in my waterline. Then I'm gonna take Extreme Gold from NYX. This is the Studio Liner. To finish off the eyes, I'm gonna take some of my Maxi mascara. I really like this one just because it's a really small brush. Look at that. Tiny. This is actually what I use to finish off my eyes because on a daily basis I don't really want to pull my eyelashes out, so I don't wear lashes every day because I don't know, I just feel as though it's just damaging for your natural lashes. Okay, so that's it for the eyes. Now to move on to the lips. So I'm gonna use this loose pigment from Kryolan. It's just a very vibrant gold shade. It is beautiful, it is gorgeous. Now for my lip colour, if you know me, you would know I live for a matte black lip. Even a glossy black lip, as long as the lip is black, I'm living. So this one is Witches from Kat Von D. I am living for this one. Create almost like a triangle. I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so now that my lips have dried, I could leave it like this and not highlight, but what's a queen without highlight? So I'm going to use the same highlight that I used on my top lip, and I'm just going to slay the high points of my face. But before I do that, we need to set the face first. Setting the face is going to give it that skin-like appearance. Really helps the skin to hold the highlight better. Stay highlighted, bitch. So I'm going to set my face. There we go. I'm going to use the NYX Dewey Finish Setting Spray. I'm just going to say a little prayer while I slay my face. By the way, the prayer's in my head, that's why you can't hear it. That chin is already looking sickening, like. People always say to me, yeah, why do you highlight your chin? Well, bitch, why the fuck not? A little bit on my tip, on my bridge. Now taking a tiny bit of that highlight at a time, I'm gonna really slay the high points of my cheekbones. And I really do like to bring my highlight down to here because it kind of just gives your face that snatched look. Like, come for me, bitch. Like, is your man not in my house? Like, lastly, I'm just gonna slay underneath my brows. Then I'm gonna blend it out with a free finger. Now to intensify that highlight a tiny bit more, I'm gonna be using the Bright Duo from KIKO. This is the color 20, and I'm just gonna take that top shade, just a tiny bit. Slay the center of my chin. So I'm just gonna add this choker and we are ready to slay mama. But never, ever, ever forget, stay fresh,